to Leitner. Puts it up.
You're listening to the Culture State Podcast.
Get ready.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Culture State Podcast. I am Chris Lee. That right there, that beautiful face right there with that nice full beard, that is Dennis Jamel Cox hanging out with us. And yeah, man, let's get this thing started. Super Bowl just finished. If you're listening to us like right after the Super Bowl, pretty good game. I enjoyed myself. I liked the halftime show. It was pretty cool. You know, LA Rams end up winning. Really cool. What were your thoughts about the Super Bowl, Dennis?
It was fun. It was a good time. Game came down to the final minute. Halftime show was entertaining. Not really a whole lot you can ask for. But yeah, good to be back here on Culture State, Chris. Can't wait to our transition to television as well. Also, we got to thank our good sponsor, Papa Murphy's Pizza. $10.99 large pizzas on Tuesdays. Papa Murphy's changed the way you pizza. But Chris, overall, it was fun. Fun Super Bowl.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed myself. And one of the things I thought was really cool about the halftime show is that my daughter, of course, she doesn't know who Snoop Dogg is. She doesn't know who Dr. Dre is. She doesn't know who Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem. She doesn't know who any of those people are. She's 4, about to turn 5. Mm-hmm. And she heard the music. She heard the live performances, and she was just dancing the entire time. Yeah. And when it was over, she was like, that's it? There's no more, Daddy? Like, no, that was it. She was that into it to where she was so disappointed that there was no more that she could dance to. And that just let me know the power of music. She didn't know who those people were. Yeah. You know, those people could have been just new, folks that we've never heard of before. But the fact that she enjoyed the music and she was having a good time herself let me know that it was a good performance. And I definitely, it was the first time that I think I was interested in the halftime show first time I've been interested since Prince, I would say.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah. I respect that. Now, question is, did you throw the Chronic on for her afterwards? Just be like, here you go.
I did not. It was her bedtime after that. It was like 8:20. And so, yeah, she had to go to bed. Okay. She probably won't be getting that for another few years.
Okay. I respect that. Let her hit double digits in age, then you can play that for her.
Yeah. Unless Dr. Dre releases the Kids Bop version of the Chronic.
Oh, talk about there's
some listen, that's going to be a lot of money.
There's some money to be made right there. Chris, I think you just came with an idea.
Yeah, Kids Bop. Give me the Kids Bop. Pause. Oh, yes. By the way, speaking of that, we're going to have Ryan Smith on the show. He's former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. He won the Super Bowl last year with the Buccaneers, with the Chargers. But I've got to teach Dennis something. I just reminded myself when I just said pause. So I said that to you recently. I can't even remember what I said.
I don't know.
And it was something crazy egregious. I was like, whoa, pause. And you just kind of looked at me like you actually paused.
Pause for what? Like, I was like, wait, hold on. Wait a second. What are we pausing for?
He actually stopped. Like his face just I
was like, when people say pause, it's like, okay, stop. Wait, pause.
So pause, so we can give Dennis a little bit of education here.
Yes.
It kind of works the same way as the joke from The Office, That's What She Said.
Oh,
so
okay.
Pause basically is something that could be taken in a more lewd way. I'm trying to refrain from using certain words here on Capital Broadcasting podcast.
Some innuendo.
A little bit of innuendo.
Yeah.
And so if you say something that could be taken in another way, especially as a guy, then you would say, whoa, pause, like that. Like, hey, Dennis, you came to my cookout at my house after we just closed on the house and you just stuffed those hot dogs in your mouth, right? And then you could be like, whoa, pause, Chris. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a good way to use it right there.
They're beyond hot dogs, by the way.
Yes, they were beyond.
They're beyond hot dogs.
Beyond hot dogs. They're vegan all the way.
Yes.
So do you want to give a crack at it? Just so you can figure out how to say it comfortably in another setting.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can, Chris, without, again, We're about to be on television, Chris. I'm gonna burn bridges. We've got a good thing going here.
Can't get canceled now.
Yes, let's not get canceled before we even get started on TV.
Let's not. So
okay, I get it. All right.
We'll work on that together, and at some point it'll be cool if you just bring it out there. You know what I'm saying? Just whip it out. Pause. That's one way you can use it, and we'll get Dennis down to it. We're speaking to Ryan Smith right here after the break. Former North Carolina Central Eagles football player, was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Won the Super Bowl with them last year, and this year he's kind of reflecting on things he's learned from that. And then a few other things too. So it's a lot of great surprises. I think you guys will enjoy this interview right after this. All right, let's get ready for another episode of the Culture State Podcast. I'm joined right now by Ryan Smith, former football player at North Carolina Central University. So we've got that North Carolina connection to him. While we're talking to him is actually during Super Bowl week. You guys might be hearing a little bit after. But Ryan, first off, thank you for joining us. I wanted to talk to you about a plethora of things. You have a new team this year. You had an injury that you're getting over right now, and then just other things that is kind of happening. But first off, since it is Super Bowl week as we're talking, and last year you were with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you guys ended up winning that Super Bowl. So you have a Super Bowl ring. What was that preparation that week leading up to the Super Bowl like, as you were like getting ready? Have all the media that you can do in the world, getting interviewed, but probably being asked all the same questions a million times, but then also trying to focus on a game plan against the Kansas City Chiefs, who at the time had just won the Super Bowl the year prior. What was all that preparation in that week before like for you guys as players?
From what I can remember, the prep was the same. The excitement was more than ever. We had already played them in the year, early in the year. We lost to them, I think, by like 3. So we kind of already knew what they was coming with on the Super Bowl. But the preparation was pretty much the same. But the excitement we had was just like, let's go. We know what to do to beat them, to execute the game plan. So the prep was pretty much the same. We didn't let the media, the outside noise really affect anything.
How do you, in that situation, the biggest game on the biggest stage, knowing that, it's not a regular NFL game where a few million people are going to watch it, like 50, 60, 70 million people are going to watch this game. How do you drown all of that out?
You don't really think about all that, really. When you play for so long, you're used to people watching the games, you don't really count or think how many people are really watching this game. You just play the game. That's what we did for real. If you think about that extra stuff, it's going to kind of mess your game up. So just me playing all my whole life, being used to people watching, that didn't really affect anything. But I will say the atmosphere, the feeling when you get out on the field, actually get on the field, it felt different than any other game.
Yeah. Well, just going out there. Well, first off, here's one thing you have in common with guys playing on the Rams. Like they get a chance to be in their own beds, because they're playing at their own stadium and they have a chance to win a Super Bowl in their home stadium. And so that's what the Rams are going through. That's what you guys did last year. Do you think that was any advantage at all for you guys? Like it was just a normal week in a way, instead of you having to go to an unfamiliar city, spend a week there, that type of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like we was at home. Like you said, we didn't have to go nowhere. Everything came to us. We can literally see our stadium from our practice facility. Like we just seen everything being set up. The stadium felt different. The stadium looked different. Everything was different. The stadium. The locker room was the same, but it was definitely easier being able to just stay home and just do our thing.
Well, let's move on to the fact that you are now with the Chargers. You had an injury this year, but the thing with the Chargers is you play also at SoFi Stadium, which is where the Super Bowl is at. So now, like 2 years in a row, you play for the team that hosts the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
which is a cool thing in and of itself. But let's go into I guess the injury, how you're coming back from it, and things like that. And is this the biggest I guess adversity you've gone through in your football career so far?
Injuries come along well. But to answer your question, yeah, this is definitely my first major injury. Um, I've never missed over one game before in my career. I broke my hand my rookie year. I hyperextended my knee about 3 years ago. I missed one game because of that, and that's it. Really, I suited up every game my whole career. So this is my first time missing games and having to get surgery. It sucked. I ain't gonna lie, it sucks. It still sucks. I'm still going through the pain. It's a long process, and with me, it's like my body. I need my body to be able to do what I got to do. So it's kind of frustrating, but I just got to keep going. I can't mope around, be like I'm hurting. I don't feel well. I'm frustrated. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get back, and that's what's pushing me to keep going and trying to get back as soon as possible.
Yeah. That actually, Brian, thanks for joining us again today. Sorry, it took me a little bit to get on here. But my question for you is regarding the injuries. A lot of athletes, we always talk about how, okay, physically, this is what you need to do to get back on the mend, to get yourself physically ready to go. But how difficult can it be mentally, just the frustration of going through rehab? Because yeah, there's the quote unquote light at the end of the tunnel, but as you're going through it, it is tough and difficult. I've suffered some injuries myself in my playing career that put me out for a few weeks, and it's not an easy thing mentally to deal with. So how hard is it your first time dealing with something like this, mentally handling it?
At first, it was easier than people made it because I guess my personality and me being a realist, like things happen, so I wasn't about to be just moping on the couch sad that I have an injury, like I want to get back as soon as possible. And me being on a new team is kind of pushing me too, because I want to prove to them, other than what I already have, that I'm a baller, I can do this. So it's like, I'm just, I don't want to say anxious, that's the wrong word, but I'm just ready to show everybody like, yeah, I still got it type stuff. But I'm a goofy, outgoing person. So like, I just use things to distract me. Like I'll be on TikTok or something. I'll be playing my video game. The only really frustrating thing that happens is when like I actually go to rehab and I try my exercises and sometimes I just can't do it. And that's very frustrating, but I gotta like, tone that out for real and just keep pushing because like I say, me being sad or moping about me not being able to bend my knee as far as possible, I can't really let that affect me. So I just keep going.
I was gonna say you are a good follow on Instagram. I definitely laugh at your stuff for sure. You're an entertaining guy on there, and you wouldn't be able to know that you're going through that. But the fact that you're able to kind of push that to the back and show something else, is big. But then also like we have history of guys coming back faster from ACLs, and now you have also an entire off season to do that. Have you also reached out to other players who may have gone through this just to get their take on it, and or maybe just even to vent when you have those moments of just kind of being down, when you have those sessions at your rehab where you feel like it doesn't go as well?
Yeah. Before my surgery, I reached out to my boy last year. He tore his ACL and he tore everything in his knee before during camp. And that was my dog. So before surgery, I called him like, yo, how's the process? How did surgery go? I asked him everything to do with everything. And he told me, it's gonna be hard. But with me, luckily I only had an ACL tear. I didn't have a meniscus or MCL, nothing like that. So my process should be a little smoother, a little quicker. But I didn't really vent to anybody because I don't know. I just felt like I didn't really need to vent. I just needed that push just to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be hard times where, it's been hard times where I've just been like, man, this crap sucks. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, the other day my knee swelled up out of nowhere. I'm like, why is my knee swollen? And it's my knee being swollen is making it hard for me to do my exercises. So it's like, do I got a setback? Like, what's going on? And a lot of things just be running through my head for real. But I try not to let that get to me. You know what I'm saying? I just pray and I keep going. I feel like if I put in the work, it's gonna come out how I want it to come out. It's just I gotta keep going. Don't get discouraged for real.
Absolutely.
All right, Ryan, I want to go back to your college days, North Carolina Central. What was it about NC Central that attracted you to that school?
I'll be honest. See, I played 1 year of high school football. I was playing basketball prior to that. Central was the only school that gave me a partial offer, so in a sense, I kind of had no choice. At first I was going to walk on to Towson University because I'm from Maryland, and just like my career. But North Carolina Central came back with a partial offer, and I figured, hey, why not? So I just went there and I just did my thing really. It was weird at first. That was my first time being on my own. I feel like my parents just dropped me off and left me, but that felt kind of weird, but I adapted to the environment, and I'm glad I chose it. I am glad I chose North Carolina Central University. Like, the experience was great. I mean, it's ups and downs, of course, but I had a great time at Central.
I know that you recently came back to Central. Do you have anything planned, I guess, for like maybe give backs to the communities or things over in Durham? Like, what do you have planned in the future for Central to also like extend your hand and talk to the players who have NFL dreams just like you, but have to get it from the HBCU realm?
Yeah. My rookie year, I actually did a camp at Central. That was pretty dope. I recently went back. I just wanted to show love to the school. I haven't been back in years, and I was like, hey, I got some free time. Basketball season is in right now. Let me go to a game, show love. I donated my jersey to the school. I just felt like that's the least I can do right now. I definitely want to give back some more, as much as possible. I talked to the kids throughout the year of the season. Just gave them some pep talk, I guess, about like getting out the mud, how we're already at disadvantage, going to an HBCU, and people in your own school going to overlook you, things like that. So I just tell them, keep going, keep striving. Don't let anybody, tell you can't do it, because clearly it's possible. You just got to have faith, trust in yourself first, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't believe in yourself, you ain't going to make it. But I just try to give them that talk, like, it's not easy, but it's definitely doable, you know what I'm saying? So that's my main speech to when I talk to the kids, for real. But I definitely want to do more in the future.
Now, I know the NFL has the NFL Combine, but there's also now the HBCU Combine for HBCU players. How important is it for them to have the exposure to NFL, to scouts, to showcase, hey, this is what I can do outside of, playing in a game where you might get blown out by like an Alabama or something like that in one of those games?
Yeah. I think it's very important to have that because, like I said, man, in the previous years, HBCUs, small schools, period, are just so overlooked. And it's like, we already not given a chance before we even get to the school, So for them to have that exposure, I feel like scouts are taking HBCUs more seriously nowadays, to where that's going to be a big thing. And I hope it continues to grow. And because it's not easy to get to the combine, the actual combine, from a small school.
Yeah.
I was thankful, grateful that I was able to go. But even then, I didn't expect that, you know what I'm saying? So I was just blessed and just kept the faith. And I feel like as long as people do that, all the cards going to fall where they want it to be.
I think it's interesting too. We recently talked to Brandon Parker, who of course went to A&T's with the Raiders now as an offensive tackle. And it was like, think about you, think about him, thinking about Tariq Cohen, think about Darius Leonard. That's all MEAC right there.
Yeah.
And you guys were able to not only expect shine on the college realm at a HBCU in the FCS, but now you're taking it to the NFL, and you guys are able to have sustainable careers. so far in the NFL, which shows that it's definitely possible. So I definitely think it's well past time for HBCU guys to get there. Just do. I do want to talk about this while you're in the NFL. Last year, being with the Bucs, you had a chance to play with the GOAT, Tom Brady. Another side of the ball, but what did you have any interactions with him? What was it like being around him and seeing his leadership style? And what are some things that maybe you learned from him? Him being considered the best football player of all time.
Yeah, Tom, cool, man. Tom, I tell everybody all the time, like Tom, he's down to earth. He don't think he's bigger than anybody. He's not Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? He just you need something. He just ask him any questions. I was getting feedback for how he thinks. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the other side of the ball, so I'm trying to like, yo, so if this happened, what you thinking on this 3rd and 3 type, depending on where you are on the field, things like that. But he's a cool dude. Everything, he lasts that long because of how he preps and how he take care of his body. Like, it's legit how he works, how hard he works, how smart he is, the things he put in his body, what he eats, like all that is legit. It's not just TV talk. Like, he does all that, and that's why he lasted so long in the NFL. And that's what I'll be trying to do sometimes. Of course, he got more resources than me, but all that is factual of how he take care of his body, how much he love the game.
Do you have the avocado ice cream in the fridge right now to try to, get back?
Avocado ice cream.
You haven't sent any to you?
Huh?
You haven't sent any avocado ice cream to you?
Now, question: how many times you pick him off in practice? That's what I want to
know. They don't let us pick him off in practice.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nah, it's like they want us. We check the receivers and everything, but we don't go for the ball. Okay. It's been plenty of times I had I'm saying, like, put my hand down, but we don't go for the ball in practice.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that. Is there like a reason behind that? To
don't want nobody getting hurt, really.
Oh, okay.
We're going full speed, but then you let up last second. So
got you. Okay.
They don't want nobody getting hurt and potentially missing however many games and stuff like that.
Gotcha. But you were in positions where you felt like you could have.
Oh, 100%. That's no question. I got video of that. I got no question.
That's awesome. I want to talk about maybe some of your business endeavors. I know that you have a clothing line that you're trying to do, and some other things. Like what are some of the things that Ryan Smith's trying to do outside of the football field?
Yeah. I'm into fashion a little bit. Not like out of control, but like I like, putting stuff on, make it look good. So I came up with a clothing brand called Mind Your Business. That's what I have on right now, actually. It's like the piece of business. It started from like, well, let me backtrack real quick. Quick story. One of my best friends, like my brother, he died when he was in high school in a car accident, and he wore number 2. So that's why like my Instagram is everything for Deuce. Like I do everything for him for real. So I told myself, whatever I do, my clothing brand, I'm gonna incorporate him into it. So I always tell people mind their business. It's like they ask me a question like, mind your business, you don't got to worry about it type stuff. So mind your business, I figured the Y can be like a 2 because I always throw this up. So I'm like, all right, mind your business, I'm gonna do that. So that's how that came about. And I just now launched it about, I want to say 2 months ago, maybe.
Okay.
It's just right here on the back. I have Mind Yours. The Y is like a 2.
Yeah.
So that's how that came about. I'm fairly new to this, so I'm still learning and still progressing in that area. And the other thing I have going on is a sprinter business out here in DC. Me and my boy MJ Stewart, he played for the Browns. He's with me in Tampa. That's my dog. We came up with an idea because like when we travel, I would say more so him. He loves spending money. He always want to get a sprinter van. I'm like, for what? But he was like, all right, so we'll just split it, and we'll be having a sprinter van for the weekend. So he was like, bro, why not we just do our own thing? Since we always giving other people our money, let's get our own so we can make some money type stuff. So okay. I got those 2 businesses going on right now, trying to make that work.
How important is that for you, to expand yourself, past the game to do that? That sounds like a dope idea, because I definitely know that guys like to be riding in style for sure.
That's crazy because that's That's our brand. That's our brand name. Ride. It's called Rise Transportation. Riding style everywhere.
Okay. That's
That's
awesome.
funny how you just said that. But that's our thing. It's pretty cool. I definitely want more sources of income outside of football. Because I mean, I know some people get complacent with just the football money, but it's more than life than just all that. You can do so much more. So just trying to do more and be great. That's what I can do.
How important is it to have an identity outside of football too?
It's very important. I don't want to just be looked at as
Yeah.
Ryan. He played football. You know what I'm saying? I want people to know me more than that. I don't. I'm athletic. I'm talented and everything, but it's more areas in life where I'm more talented and I'm smart. You know what I'm saying? I just I don't like when people look at me as just a football player. Like if he plays, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just a human being, and you can talk to me anytime you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to earth. So that's very important to me.
You're in LA now. I see your Instagram. You're an entertaining guy. You think about doing that acting at some point with things
I'm
like
really
that?
trying to consider. I'm really trying to get into acting. It's funny. I know a couple of people in acting. I met people in acting. Like my boy Peyton. He plays on BMF All American. That's my guy. And I always tell him like, go get me in there. Get me in there. Like I met Megan Good. I met a lot of people out there. They all cool. So I'm like, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like I can do it. And I play ball, so I figured that's gonna give me, a little push. Like they might give me a little leeway because I play ball, you know what I'm saying? I have a little name out there. So we'll see how that works. I'm in the right area, so
Absolutely. And hey, I was gonna say, like, if you ever get in something, definitely let us know, because we gotta do a special episode to talk about the big movie role and
that's
when the
cool,
movie comes
yeah.
out and everything,
God willing, I get in there for sure.
That's awesome. Well, we're definitely proud of you and everything that you've done. So, anytime something big comes back to Durham, for sure, let us know. But we'll be looking out for you. San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers. It's so hard not to say San Diego right now. Just like it's so hard to say Las Vegas Raiders. I want to say Oakland so bad. The Los Angeles Chargers. And we know that you're going to bounce back from your injury, and we can't wait to see you this year. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you guys, man. I appreciate y'all.
A big thank you to Ryan Smith for making himself available, and sending him a lot of well wishes and good luck. As he's trying to get on his road to recovery from tearing his ACL this past season. He's with a good team. I mean, he went from one team with a good quarterback to another team with a really good quarterback, and this one is on the rise and is going to play for another 15 plus years in Justin Herbert. So I'm excited to see where he goes with the Chargers for sure, and he gets to play in SoFi Stadium. Like, that is just amazing.
Yeah, but those Southern California taxes and stuff, though, Chris.
That's true, but as we talked about with him, he has more opportunities to make money. You can tax me more if I have more opportunities to make money.
That's fair.
And in LA, I mean, the money is just flowing. He's a good-looking dude. He's in shape. He could land a few roles in the background and make that a career. Maybe even go to the forefront. Start maybe being more known for acting than actual football. Who knows? I mean, there's all kinds of options out there in LA. Maybe even modeling. Who knows?
I mean, maybe I could be a model, Chris.
You could be a good beard model.
Yeah, I could.
Hey, here's another thing too, Dennis. I'm about to gas you up a little bit. Let's head to the pump. You would have a great, like, if you were that guy who they took the picture of the side of the face for, like, the Just for Men or whatever, because you have a good jawline and you have nice full lips. Pause. You have a nice, like, mouth area right here. I'm just letting you know that it's good. So you probably could go for that. You know what I'm saying? Just beard. Yeah. Look at me. Dennis Jamel Cox. Right here. Coach State. Raleigh, North Carolina. 919 is the area code. Let's go, baby. You know what I'm saying? Huh? You not with it?
I'm in. I'm just picturing my face on a box. I love it, Chris. I love it. And then for you, we can also sell products for those who don't need to shave. Look at Chris.
Yeah. I wish I needed to shave. I mean, I really only need to shave to get my 5 o'clock shadow down, I just need to shave like once every 5 days, which is sad.
Oh, okay. So it's a 5-day shadow. Congratulations, Chris.
Yeah.
Good for you. Big shout out to our sponsor, Papa Murphy's Pizza. Again, large pizzas Tuesdays, $10.99. At Papa Murphy's on Twitter and Instagram. Change the way you pizza.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, if you are in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, look out very soon. WRL Sports Plus, Channel 34 over the air. You will be able to see Culture State every single Wednesday on WRL Sports Plus. If you don't have WRL Sports Plus because it's not on cable yet, but it will get there, or if you're not in the Raleigh area, you can also go to WRLSportsFan.com. It's streaming 24/7 right there. So, hey, podcasting, radio,
that's right.
YouTube, TV. Let's go, Dennis.
There.
Let's do it. Thank you guys for watching and listening to Culture State.
The Culture State Podcast, part of the Capital Broadcasting Podcast Network, with new shows coming out every Wednesday. Download and subscribe from wherever you get your podcasts, including the WREL Sports Fan app.